we have Shawna House, who is joining us from our Billings, Montana, one of our more recent office locations that we opened up. Shawna, you've been with us for roughly about 6 months, so excited now that you've kind of had some time to digest the transition as well as be a part of, an up and coming organization. Really wanting to dive deeper with you, Shawna, on, what kind of made you, decide New American Funding was your next best fit for yourself, and maybe some things that you've been encouraged with since you've been at New American. And so, with that, Shawna House out of our Billings, Montana location, again, new location, and so excited for you to join our call. So, talk to us a little bit, Shawna, about your experience so far. What brought you to NAF, and what's excited you the most since you've been here.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me. So, I would say the very first thing, when I did receive a phone call from Mr. Andrew Gray, you get recruited and you're just like, oh, yeah, okay, sure. Well, I don't know why, but that text message just stood out. And I was in a place where I thought maybe it is time to absolutely make a change. So I did. I reached back out to him, and it was the best thing I ever did because truly, he and my direct manager, of course, Greg, they have both supported me through this transition so well, and I'm a little bit high maintenance, so I have to always be so thankful for people that put up with me. So but I am a why person, so of course I ask all the questions, and both of them have been just so available no matter how busy they have both been. So the support is number one to me, and that's what Andrew had talked about from the very beginning because he did ask me what was really important. And I did say support is huge. Truly, I have to have the products. Um, I get some colorful situations with borrowers, and so I always have to think outside of the box and get as creative as possible. And both of those gentlemen, they've been available for all the questions that I've had. I can call them, I can text them. I try to be more gentle and not ever text after, 5, 6 p.m. But there are some times where I've had to, and they've both been just absolutely available. And I can't be more thankful for the support. But that's truly my biggest takeaway is the support in all the products. Again, because I'm a very creative lender and I have to have those. So it's very rare that I'm telling someone, "Oh, sorry, I can't get you there," or "No, we don't have that product." It's just a matter of digging into what we can do. And I haven't had to tell a borrower once that, "No, I don't have a product to fit you." So those are huge to me.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so blessed that you did choose, New American Funding, and obviously, that's an awesome testament to, our local leadership with Greg and Andrew. Not only, ensuring that you had a roadmap to success, but since you've been here, you've been feeling the same way as to when he was recruiting you. I think it's so important that, we provide honest transparency with, all recruits in regards to where they're at today, how we can help them grow, and make sure we're not necessarily like transferring a problem. I think it's important that we understand where your opportunities lie so that we can provide you with that roadmap for success. I got an opportunity to join the Billings grand opening, and boy, was it awesome. You guys have incredible energy and momentum with that local community, and looking forward to the growth that, looks to be coming here in the Montana market. Since you've been here, is there anything that's, you felt like has been just overwhelmingly exciting, or anything more that you want to share with regards to just your experience so far at NAF?
Well, yeah, first, thank you so much for attending our little open house in Little Billings, Montana. That was a very big deal for you to show up to something like that. The follow through with everyone with NAF, everyone behind the scenes, I can't tell you my gratitude towards that because that's super important. My entire team, I just couldn't be more thankful for. They are so they all have this little email group that you can communicate anything. You don't have to be embarrassed asking stupid questions. I mean, no one has ever said, wow, Shawna, like responded with something like, you should have known that. Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe, but no one has ever made me feel like it was a stupid question. Managers across our entire district have reached out to me to offer their help. And I mean, it's just that is a little bit overwhelming in a good way, of course, but I absolutely do love it here. And, I don't have any regrets of anything. It's been wonderful and I can't thank everyone enough for all the support through everything. So, and even you handing over your playbook. I mean, that's insane. Who does that? So I was so thankful for that. And I actually used that. I went out and I ordered some signs through marketing for our open houses, and I got my open house signs delivered to me. And I have my first open house like party. I actually named it because it's an agent who has a house listed, and I'm also her loan officer for her new purchase. But she's really struggling getting this thing sold, and she's not had any showings. And I was like, well, maybe we should do something fun and creative. And how people like have open houses? We're gonna have like a bid farewell party to this house. So we're going to do something totally different. And we're just going to invite a bunch of agents over to, how agents will invite everybody over,
Yeah,
but we're going to make this like a party, like a going away party, because she
yeah.
really wants to get rid of this house and get into her new one. So, but I'm going to use all the things that you gave me out of your playbook. So that was pretty good. I stole your ideas. So,
Well, that's the intention. Ultimately, I'm an ideas man, but it's important to have those on the street level to execute
mhm.
like yourself. So thank you for, leveraging the tools that are available. And, we've got tons of great resources, like you mentioned, internally, tons of good partners to help support you, as well as just, an abundance of, support to really help ensure that you are supported day in and day out. So I'm really happy that you've had a wonderful experience so far at New American Funding, and just grateful to have you representing our, Billings, Montana location. And, hopefully the word continues to spread out there and we attract more talent like yourself.
Well,
I
thank
am
you so much. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun too with it. So thank
No,
you,
that's
Craig.
great. Well, I personally, look forward to my next visit up in Billings, and probably going to be probably breaking for a few months here while it gets a little bit more colder weather. I'm used to now wearing a sweater in Idaho, so uh,
Yeah,
I
it's a
guess
little chilly.
yeah. So it's getting there at our weather temperature now, but in the same respect, I enjoy bundling up in the wintertime, and then letting it kind of just not be as professional. We get to wear our beanies and our hats and our sweaters to our local events and be a part of our community just like we normally would with our family. So
Yeah, we do. And we still blend. So when we do that,
yeah,
yeah, I can get away with wearing cowboy hats and baseball cap. I mean, cowboy
yeah.
boots, excuse me, and a baseball cap. Yeah. So, yeah, no one thinks twice. So,
Well, looking forward to, continuing seeing you on that $1 million club and continuing to have success here at New American. We appreciate you, putting your trust in us, and thank you so much for taking the time to join our NAFter Hours call.
great. Thank you so much, Craig.